June 8th, 2016. I was looking for the cheapest four-wheel drive first-gen S10 I could find. Then, I found this little guy. I was looking for a pickup, but a Blazer will do just fine. At that price, how could you not fall in love with the character this thing has? So, I'd found a new adventure. A friend and I brought a trailer up to Pennsylvania and hauled it home. Easier said than done with the locked up rear brakes, but we made it work. Quick as that, Blazer was home. We freed up the rear brakes and started to go over what was there. Found a big old rust hole in the gas tank, so I ordered a new one. And a new fuel pump. This is the smallest and lightest vehicle I've ever owned. This should be fun. A little front heavy. Not a whole lot of weight on the back of these.
Okay. I think you could get the jack stands out of there.
I had a lot of fun patching up these fenders with some sheet metal and the rivet gun. You could start to see the look I'm going for. I'm not even sure how all the colors got on this thing, but it's gonna need another coat of paint sooner or later. I tested out this Rust-Oleum tan. I like it. Next, I took a good hard look at it, realized everything needed replacing. And by the end of looking at the brakes, we'd replaced all of the brake lines and hoses, the wheel cylinders, calipers, and the master cylinder. Whew. I liked the 30-inch tires, but these are no good. Threw some cheapo 235/75s on it just for now. It's going to need bigger tires in the future. Odometer reads 198,000 miles. I bet the steering and suspension looks great. Well, yeah, gonna have to replace all this. Unfortunately, it's the sound of my people. Replace the tie rod ends, the adjusters, the upper and lower ball joints, the idler arm, the pitman arm. Oh boy. Word of warning, there is such a thing as too good a deal on parts. A few parts of the truck are a bit rusty, but most of it's really solid. Not the ball joints though. I blew these up driving around in my yard. What was that I was saying about getting a good deal on parts? The axle nuts were pretty happy where they were. Finally got them loose with the impact gun a buddy gave to me, but just barely. New hubs for new bearings. Installed these 2-inch lift shackles and cranked the torsion bars in the front end for a little lift and a level ride height. Had to reseal a couple things, like the windshield. Lots of work on interior parts, electronics, trying to get everything to work right. Tailgate latch was broken, but I found a way to open it. This got replaced. Replaced all of the fuel lines and hoses, because I didn't appreciate how much gas dumped on the ground the first time we started it. Probably needs a new belt, too. We, removed some back pressure from the exhaust. Just be careful the first time you start it after that. My lungs will never be the same. We also fixed up the Holy exhaust. Time for the old rattle can art show. And a little bit of flair. Now she's running. Wee bit of smoke from that exhaust, but that'll clear up. But then it started acting up. It would start up great, and then start idle bad and worse until it died. I tried everything I could think. Rebuilt the throttle body, tested all of the electronics, the fuel pressure, the vacuum, the injectors, the spark plugs, the O2 sensor, ran a compression test, changed the distributor. The thing just refused to stay running. Went as far as changing the intake manifold gaskets if there was fuel getting in the oil. Blocked off the EGR as well. The closer I looked, the worse the engine starting to look. But I just wanted to run. That didn't fix it, so I gave up. And I put a carburetor on it. This is a Motorcraft 2150 that I basically got for free. This is a fun little 2-barrel off of a Ford 400, and it's kind of funny to put a Ford carb on a Chevy. Nobody makes an adapter for this, so I made my own to put it on the TBI intake manifold. Cut some bits off the carb and made a throttle arm to keep the linkage geometry intact. Fuel regulator on the TBI pump. And it runs. And it runs well. This thing lets you know it's running on a cold morning. I drove it for a while. I put 150 miles on it, including cutting the radiator hose on the alternator fan at the top of a mountain. I did want an adventure. I even tried to use the Blazer for a couple things around the house. But without 4-wheel drive, there's not much traction. And then, more engine trouble. Hear that? Yeah, that sounds like trouble to me. It knocked for a while, I kept driving it. Until oil pressure dropped to 0 at a stoplight. That's not ideal. After that, rod knock all day, every day. I'm not spending the time or money to rebuild this V6. Even when it was working great, it's just not a lot of fun to drive. Factory rating is 250 foot-pounds of torque and 125 horsepower. And you sure feel that horsepower. So, if I'm not going to fix this engine, what's a guy to do?
It's perfectly good. Let's go for a 200-mile drive.
Let's get a bigger engine.